you've had a couple weeks to kind of settle down, get your body back, kind of think about where you guys been and how you got there. What was ringing true, like when you entered this week? You know, what are you doing different? Like, what are you focusing on? You know,
it's game time. You don't want to leave any doubt during practice. Practice is really just to make sure that you have all your assignments and you know everything for sure. You don't want to mess up because that makes guys doubt you. You don't want to have guys doubting you during practice. I mean, you just want to go out there, you want to do your job, you want to get off the field. Keep it simple as possible. If you have to do a certain thing on a play, then you do that thing to the best of your ability. So everyone's just focused on and making sure they're playing as perfect as possible.
You know, there's no question that their offense runs through Colin Klein, but I mean, a guy in the secondary, how does that affect you?
Well, as a safety, it doesn't affect me as much as a corner, even though corners are responsible in the run game this week because it's a special type of situation. But, I mean, it is a little different depending on what type of coverage you're playing or where you're playing at, but just having the recognition, because you could be in coverage, but you also have to make sure you have to have like a sixth sense to know that quarterback will run if things break down. So those are the different things you have to think about when you have a dual threat quarterback like Colin Klein.
You know, we hear a lot about, how Kansas State, just don't make mistakes. I mean, is that emphasized to you guys more this week too? I mean, not creating a mistake that they can take advantage of.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You don't want to beat yourself. They're a patient team. They're well coached. They're and they really just play really conservative. We'll wait for you to mess up, wait for you to give something in their lap, and they want to capitalize on it. But we have been coached to do the same thing. We don't want to give away dumb penalties. We don't want to do dumb things that are going to put us in a position to lose. So we're going to play just as, I don't want to say just as conservative, but we're going to play heads up and smart football, really aggressive at the same time.
They're also a team that doesn't cause a lot of turnovers. I mean, but you guys are, in contrary to that, you guys are a team that forced a lot of turnovers. I think fifth in the country, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys see? I mean, obviously you don't want to get specific, but I mean, do you guys see ways you can take advantage of some of the things they can do, force them into some mistakes?
Yeah, most turnovers really happen on hustle plays. I mean, guys could say they scheme turnovers or they did this and that, but it's really the guys just wanting the ball more than the offense holding on to the ball. You know what I mean? Like, you have guys scraping across the field, and you see a guy on his way to the ground, but you see the ball hanging out, and it's just that extra step, that extra effort to try to punch the ball out that really makes the ball come out, or a tip pass that's dropped. It's usually not just guys just lining up and getting interception after interception, especially not in this level of football. So, I mean, it's really just a 1-2 factor.
You talked about punching that ball out. You see in the NFL, they do all sorts of different training and things like that to work on that. I mean, do you guys, is that pushed pretty hard? I see you guys kind of doing a drill there.
Yeah, it's pushed really hard, and then sometimes coaches will even emphasize and make it mandatory guys and tackle to a person stands them up as two people try to rip the ball out type of deal. So coaches are really trying to get that implemented in the guys' minds of just going in and get the football out. We need the ball back.
We heard the K-State fight song out there quite a bit. Does that pump you up, or just loud music in the background?
It definitely motivated, because being a guy that played in the last couple of years, and I've had to hear that song quite a few times. They put a bunch of points up, so it really just brought me back to how I felt during that time, and so that really just helped me stay motivated throughout practice to not let that happen again.
Usually, the coaches, obviously they're pushing the rivalry, but they haven't really experienced it like you have. I mean, do you tell them something about it?
Well, I mean, my coach is Coach Bowen, and he played here, so he's been in the rivalry. It's nothing I can really tell him, but it's a couple coaches. Like Coach Mitchell, I was joking about to him. I asked him if he had been out there and if he played in that stadium, because they're definitely going to be loud and pumped up, and that just makes the game that much more exciting, though.
I'm bombing out on this question, but I can't believe it's not true. Everybody said, I hear, the Judge, pretty good nickname. Optimus Klein, that's pretty awesome too. You guys got any good nicknames? They're telling me there's none. I don't believe it.
Nah, I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing.
Nothing.
Nah.
Say, is that one of those nothing? Like nothing I can tell you, or is that what that means?
A little bit.
All right.